Mr. Khan, are you there?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. We are on the record in file 11-36208-DM, Jason Seeger, now known as D. Lorenzo versus Michelle Seeger. We are here today for a hearing on an order of show cause. We are proceeding today by video conference. Mr. Khan, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Yes, may it please the court. Sergeant Khan, P65487, on behalf of Jason Seeger, now known as D. Lorenzo.
All right, and sir, you are Jason D. Lorenzo?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm Jason D. Lorenzo.
All right, and Mr. Khan, where do we stand with Mr. D. Lorenzo's case today?
Judge, we have been trying to make some strides here. I was hoping to speak with a friend of the court prior to proceeding, just to kind of solidify where we're going with this.
Mr. Bosquez or Mr. Anderson, is that something you can do? This looks like maybe it's Sue Pelham's case. Mr. Anderson, if you are muted, I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can speak with him if you'd like.
Okay. We have Mr. Khan and Mr. Anderson back from the breakout session. Mr. Khan, do you know where we stand now?
Yes, Judge. To update the court, prior to this court hearing, we were previously here and we had informed the court that we believe that the Social Security was being withheld but hasn't been applied yet. We have been diligently trying to do that. We have paperwork to that effect. I spoke with Mr. Anderson. I know there is something that actually even discusses that we're supposed to make a $1,500 payment by this hearing. What Mr. Anderson and I have agreed to off the record is that we'll kick this out if the court is available on April 22nd. We believe we located the funds, and it's just a matter of trying to get them applied here. Number one. Number two, the current supports, which has been stopped, we had figured that out, and now the current supports are actually being applied. So money is coming in currently now. We're just trying to get that arrearage from August to December here. We believe it can be done, but I just want a little bit more time because we only had a few weeks here, and working with Social Security is just not fast, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Anderson, that is agreeable with the front of the court?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, so we will adjourn this then to April 22nd at 8 a.m.
Very good. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, Ms. Schmidt. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're waiting on your attorney, Ms. Underwood, to get logged in. She, I think, is probably handling cases over in Judge Anzalone's court, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, and as soon as she gets here, I'll bring you back in.
All right, thank you.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Malero. We have Charell Schmidt here. I presume you're covering for Rhonda today?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Would you like a breakout session with Ms. Schmidt?
She's in the court. I have three people. Are they all in the courtroom or some of them?
One of them is in the courtroom and one of them is on Zoom.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can Zoom with Ms. Schmidt.
Okay. Ms. Schmidt, I'm going to place you in a breakout session with Mr. Malero from the Public Defender's Office.
Okay.
Sergio, would you, Sergio? Yes, sir. Could you turn the iPad on?
Can you hear me, Judge?
Yep, I can. Thank you.
Okay.
Brigh. We are on the record in file 22-49466-DO Tina Jean Bright versus Thomas William Bright Jr. The record should reflect that this matter was set for an order to show cause this morning. Mr. Bright was ordered to appear. Hearing was set for 8 a.m. It is now 8:21 a.m. Mr. Bright has failed to appear. He is not present in the courtroom. He is not logged into the Zoom session. I am going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest and set bond in the amount of $21,024.50.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yeah, so this is, you are Tina Bright.
Yes, I am.
Okay, what, do you have a question, Ms. Bright?
Yes, I do. Or actually,
What is
a statement as well. I'd like to note that he has not paid anything the entire time, which I'm sure that you're aware of. But I'd also like to note that this caused me hardship. My lawyer's not here today because I wasn't able to pay him what I owe, which is over $3,000, and I've already paid over $8,000 for the divorce and everything. I'd like to note that you're stating a bench warrant. The bench warrant was stated for him already, and he was pulled over in November the 11th, and they did not do anything in Detroit. At this point, anything over $5,000, I seen it when I was looking it up. It's a felony. I mean, he's paid absolutely nothing, and I just found out on the 7th of last week, on February 7th, that my job is ending and I have to find another job. I had to apply for state aid for food stamps and for health insurance. I'm using my credit cards to be able to pay my my propane heat. I mean, I need this to move forward. And in Detroit, if it's a bench warrant, they're not doing anything. If it's a felony, they will. So I am requesting that today.
All right, Ms. Bright, I don't have the ability or authority to charge Mr. Bright with a felony. That's not how the process works. That's not my role in it. That is done through the State Attorney General's office. If you would like to pursue that, I would recommend that you contact your friend of the court enforcement officer and discuss that possibility with them. But I have absolutely no authority to decide whether Mr. Bright gets charged with a felony.
Okay, I will do that then. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. Okay, Mr. Malero, are you ready to proceed with Ms. Schmidt's case?
I am, Your Honor.
You are on the record in file 22-49161-BS. Tabby Norma Murray versus Charell Mary Lynn Schmidt. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause, and we are proceeding today by video conference. Mr. Malero, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Salvatore Malero on behalf of Charell Schmidt.
All right, and Ms. Schmidt is here by video conference as well. Mr. Malero, where do we stand with Ms. Schmidt's case today?
Your Honor, Ms. Schmidt informs me that there was some kind of issue with her paycheck. If she is paid today, she said that she can pay $200 on her account, child support account. So I'd ask the court if it could adjourn this perhaps a week. I don't understand. She does have a payroll job. I don't understand why her employer cannot take this out, her check, but Nevertheless, she still has an obligation to pay whether it's taken out or not. That'd be our request, Judge.
Do we have an income withholding order for Ms. Schmidt?
I don't show one, Your Honor. I'm not sure of an employer for her.
All right, Ms. Schmidt, who is your employer?
Sisters Who Care.
I'm sorry, I was not able to understand what you said.
Sisters Who Care.
And where is that located?
Out of Ohio. The main office is out of Columbus, Ohio. And we have houses scattered throughout all over Ohio. And I work in Northwest Ohio houses.
Your Honor, just based off the caseworker's notes, I believe she was supposed to have made a payment of $100 by Friday. I don't show that had happened.
All right, so we have adjourned this once on the promise of a payment, and we didn't get that. The last payment in this case was August 23rd of 2023. And so I am going to set this for a trial. If we receive some payment between now and then, we can discuss an adjournment, but I'm not going to adjourn further on the hope that there'll be a payment. So we'll set it for trial.
No, because they haven't had a payment since August. No, I had one in November and just 2 weeks
Hey,
ago.
Ms. Schmidt,
You up there to make
we
a
can,
payment.
you're not muted and we can hear you.
I think he's.
All right, so I'm going to set it for a trial on February 27th at 8 a.m. Again, if we have some payment between now and then of at least the monthly amount plus something to address the arrearage, I'd be willing to consider an adjournment at that time, but otherwise I would intend to move forward with the trial.
Your Honor, just for the record, she did make a $60 payment in January, but still nowhere near the monthly obligation.
All right, so there was apparently a $60 payment in January. I don't think that changes my thoughts on the matter. So
Thank
I'll
you.
leave it set for trial on February 27th.
What
so
time was
Ms.
that,
Schmidt,
Judge?
8 a.m.
All right. Ms. Schmidt, I take it she has to be here in person?
She can do that by Zoom if she prefers, but obviously if she wants to be in person, she can do that too.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Schmidt, you can go ahead and log out. And then Mr. Malero, Danielle Evans is here in the courtroom in person. I
Okay.
have the iPad set up outside if you want to do it by Zoom. I don't know if you're here in the courtroom or courthouse if you want to come up.
I am not in the courthouse, Judge.
Okay.
So if she wants to come.
All right, so Ms. Evans, will you step outside to the hallway? There's an iPad out there. You'll be able to speak to Mr. Malero from the public defender's office. All right, give me just 1 second, please. All right, we can do. We're on the record in file 04-27263-DS, Cassie Joe Kane versus Zachary Stephen Joseph Castle. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause. Record should reflect that this matter was set for a show cause hearing this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 8:29 a.m. Mr. Castle was ordered to appear. He has not appeared here today. He's not present in the courtroom. He is not logged into the Zoom session. So I am going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. I will set bond on that bench warrant in the amount of $19,224.75. Brigh versus Decker. This is file 23-50862-UN, Joseph Lee Rakes versus Carrie Annette Decker. Record should reflect this matter was set for a show cause hearing this morning at 8 a.m. Ms. Decker was ordered to appear. It is now 8:30 a.m. and she has not appeared here today. She is not logged into the Zoom session and not present here in the courtroom. I am going to issue a bench warrant for her arrest, and I will set bond on that bench warrant in the amount of $1,438.38. Versus Waters. This is file 16-43061-UN. Patricia Lynn Trimble versus Carl Scott Waters. Record should reflect this matter was set for a show cause hearing this morning at 8 a.m. Carl Waters was ordered to appear. It is now 8:31 a.m. and he has failed to appear. He is not present in the Zoom session and is not present in person in the courtroom. I am going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest, and I will set bond on that bench warrant in the amount of $37,082.78. Not versus Schmidt. File 17-43913-DS, Andrea R. Knott versus Harold Ellsworth Sheldon. The record should reflect this matter was set for a show cause hearing this morning at 8 a.m. Mr. Sheldon was ordered to appear. It is now 8:32 a.m. and Mr. Sheldon has not appeared. He is not present in the courtroom. He is not logged into the Zoom session. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. I will set bond on that bench warrant in the amount of $4,198.37. All right, Ms. Evans, you can come up to the podium. This is file 20-47401-DP, Danielle Renee Evans versus Charell Dontre Hill. We are here today for a sentencing in a friendly court show cause case. We are proceeding today partially in person and partially by video conference. Mr. Malero, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Salvatore Malero on behalf of Danielle Evans.
All right, and Mr. Malero, where do we stand with Ms. Evans' case today?
You're looking at the file, Miss. Looking at the file. She said she paid $200, but she doesn't know when. She said she can pay $300 today. So if in fact she can do that, I would ask the court to adjourn this out. She did inform me that she had, I think last week, some kind of hearing. She wasn't entirely sure on a review maybe on her child support. She wasn't quite clear on it. I don't know the status of that, so I'd ask to adjourn the sentencing out. One, to see what happened with that, and two, for her to make this payment. Looks like a very recent case, and the rearage doesn't look to be that much. Right? Is this like $1,800 or something?
$3,462.28.
Oh, getting up there. That'd be our request, Judge.
Mr. Malero, is Ms. Evans employed at this time?
I do not believe she is, Judge.
The records I have indicate that the last payment in this case, the $200, was December 12th of 2023. So in the intervening period, we would have had two months of support charges that have not been paid. And I understand there's a pending support review, but that's not going to do anything with respect to the arrearage. So I think we need to do something to either start getting paid or address this. So I'm going to proceed with the sentencing today. And what I'm going to do is sentence Ms. Evans to serve 30 days in the Lenawee County Jail. I'm going to give you an opportunity to avoid actually serving that sentence. So if you're able to pay the $300 that you've said that you would pay here today and have a job by February 29th with an income withholding order in place, then you won't have to serve that sentence. if you don't have a job and you haven't made any payments other than the $300 by February 29th, you're gonna have to report to the Lenawee County Jail and serve that 30 days. If you don't do either of those things, if you don't have a job and you don't report to the jail to serve your sentence, I would issue a warrant for your arrest so that you can be picked up and serve that 30 days. Do you understand that, Ms. Evans?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm also going to set this for a hearing on February 26th at 8 a.m. So I'm sorry, March 4th at 8 a.m. So that I don't lose track of this and I know at that point whether you have complied with the requirements to avoid serving the jail sentence at that time. All right. All right, you are all set for today then.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Valero. I believe that's everything for today.
I'm showing a Charell Hill, but that's not it. That's not there.
That was this case. He's the father in the Danielle Evans case.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Valero.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Okay, Mr. Bosquez, I think I got everything. Did you have anything else?
I believe there were pickups, but I'm unsure which court. Let me confirm that real quick.
Okay.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks.